This week on Machinery Pete TV, one more look at the Bill McGrew auction in Maryland with a pair of case skid steers that will amaze anyone looking at the hours meter. A family Farmall M looks as good as the day it was purchased, and Pete admits it's been a while since he's seen the local barber.
Your machinery is a serious investment and at the heart of every farming operation. Some call it a passion. We're Machinery Pete TV, and today we'll cover everything from auction roundups to the classics to the latest trends and technology. Machinery Pete, the most trusted name in farm equipment.
Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. Sullivan Auctioneers. Let our team of professionals show you how to make your auction a success. Visit sullivanauctioneers.com. A&I Products is a lower-cost, quality replacement parts solution for all types and ages of ag equipment across all brands. Visit aiproducts.com. Hey folks, welcome to Maryland. We are out here close to the Pennsylvania line, actually stayed in Gettysburg last night. We're out here for the farm retirement auction for Bill McGrew. Now, I'll tell you what, Bill has some really low-hour equipment, including some skid steers. Now, you probably heard me talk quite a bit recently about how values on good used skid steers have been skyrocketing. We're going to put that trend to the test today for sure with a pair of case skid steers, an 1845C with 641 hours and a 465 with only 132 hours. Now before we watch these babies sell, we got to go back to the studio, catch up on the latest farm equipment news.
Thanks, Pete. I'm Lauren Moss. The Biden administration is looking to increase competition in the meat industry while also trying to lower the prices paid for meat at the grocery store. The administration is targeting meat processing plants. It says the top 4 meat companies control 85% of the beef market. In response, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce saying the coronavirus and higher costs for energy and labor are driving up meat prices right now, not the corporate structure of the industry. The administration plans to distribute $1 billion from the coronavirus relief package to help independent meat processors expand. Consumer prices in November rose 6.8% over the prior 12 months. That's a 39-year high. Farmer sentiment seems to have improved a bit going into the new year. The latest Purdue CME Group Ag Economy Barometer rose in December. The index climbing to a reading of 125. That's 9 points higher than November.
And the rise in the barometer was mostly attributable to an improvement in the index of current conditions. The index of current conditions rose from a reading of 128 last month to a reading of 146 this month, as farmers expressed more optimism about the current situation in their farming operation than they did a month earlier.
The Farm Capital Investment Index also rose in December, climbing 10 points to a reading of 49. The improvement attributed to fewer producers saying now is a bad time to make large investments in building and machinery. That's it for news. Let's check some auction prices from around the country. Now back to Machinery Pete.
Folks, I hold in my hand the nicest case 1845C skid steer I've ever seen. Stick around, we're going to watch this thing sell. It's only got 641 hours on it.
Find farm equipment on Machinery Pete's January 18th online auction. No reserve, no buyer fees. Start bidding now at auctions.machinerypete.com.
So Bill, this pair of case skid steers, holy smokes, low hours on these babies. What's the number on them?
130 and 600 and some.
600 hours on an 1845C. You travel the world to find one like that.
No, I didn't. I'll be honest with you. We're, as you know, we were in the construction business, and we had a lot of 1845s in the business, and I really liked them. And a friend of mine, Dave Falkheimer, was a case dealer, and he knew I liked low-hour stuff, and he found them both for me out of Baltimore. And he called me. He traded them, and he called me and said, "You ain't gonna believe these two," and at different separate times. Right. And I bought them, and I took them to the farm because I didn't want to take them in the business and mess them up, but I didn't have the heart to put them in the manure. So I kept on running my old ones, and I just never used these. You know, played with them, but never used them.
So all your years in the construction business and farming, Bill, did you have a favorite model of skid steer?
Well, you couldn't beat a 45C. I mean, they're as tough as nails, you know, in my opinion, you know, and they all make good products, but I really had a lot. These in 1840s, we had a lot of luck with them, ran them hard.
I think your 1845, well, both of these are going to be hot sellers, but that 1845C, I can't wait to see what this thing brings.
Yeah, we'll see. Well.
Well, folks, you've probably seen what I've been writing about, talking about a lot of our YouTube videos. The values on good use skid steers, absolutely red hot, just getting higher and higher throughout 2021. Now we're gonna watch a low-hour baby sale here, a 2005 Case 465, 132 hours on it. Now the all-time record high auction price ever on a 465 skid steer was 10.5 years ago, March 15th, 2011, West Central Illinois. $24,000, and that one had 552 hours on it.
48.5, now 9, hit 48.5, 9, hit 48.5, now 9, 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 48.5, now 9, now 5, 49.5, 49.5, hit $49,000, 5, hit $49,000, 5. Hey, sir, just give $50,000 and shut the door. 50,000. 50, now 1. 51, internet. 51, let's be big boys. 51, $50,000, 1, $50,000, $1,000, $1,000, $1,000, $50,000, 51, $50,000, $1,000, $1,000, $1,000, $1,000, now 1, $50,000, 51, Texas, $50,000, $51,000, $51,000 going once, $51,000, $1,000, $1,000 going twice, $51,000 third and final count, 51, now a half, now 1, now 1, now 1, 51, 51, now 2, nothing less, Jose, 51, 52, 51, 2, 51, 2, $51,000, $2,000, $2,000, $2,000 going once, $51,000, $52,000 going twice, $51,000, $2,000, $2,000, $2,000, third and final call, Texas 51, now 2, now 2, 3, 53, 53, 53, 52, now 3, hit $2,000, $3,000, $3,000, $3,000, $3,000, $3,000, 52, now 3, hit $2,000, 3, 4, hit $53,000, 4, hit $53,000, $54,000, $54,000, $54,000, $54,000, $3,000, $4,000, $4,000, $3,000, 4, $54,000, $54,000, hit $3,000, $4,000, $4,000, 4, and I have sold it, $53,000. Buyer number? 5925. 5925.
Well, folks, if I had a nickel for every time someone told me their favorite skid steer ever was a Case 1845C, you know what? I'd have a heck of a lot of nickels. Now today we're going to watch probably the nicest one I've ever run across sell, a 2000 model with only 641 hours on it.
Hammer is high, boys, $35,000, 36. Now 7, now 7, now 7, 36, 7, 8, $37,000, $38,000, $38,000, $38,000, $38,000, $38,000, now 9, 39, 38, now 9, now 9, now 9, now 40, hit 39, now 40, now 40, now 40, now 40, now 40, now 1, 41, 41, 41, 41, 2, 41, 2, sold it, 41,000, 5925.
Here are a few more items that sold on today's sale.
$11,500. Thank you for what you did do. $11,500. Sold it 3 in a row. $11,000. $59.25. $31,000. $31,000. $30,000. $31,000. Sold it $30,000. Thank you for coming today. $1,500. $500. Now 5. $20,005. $20,005. Hammers high, boys. $20,005. So at $20,000, 125. Anybody want to throw a $500 bill on top of that? See what happens? 25.5, 25.5. Once, twice, forever hold your peace, boys. 25.5. So at $25,000. We have $26,000, $7,000, $7,000, $7,000, $7,000, 26, 27. We're gonna get 26.5, 26.5. So at 26,000. We're lipping 185,949.
For farmers working to lift, change, and repair tires on their home farms, check out the Tire Grabber at thetiregrabber.com.
What's that piece of equipment worth? Check out Machinery Pete's auction prices for the answer. Free to view, updated daily, all types of equipment. Go to machinerypete.com and click on the auction tab, then auction price data. On the December 15th online farm auction in Williamsburg, Iowa by our great friends at Sullivan Auctioneers, sponsor of our Machinery Pete TV show, they sold this very sharp 2007 John Deere 8430 tractor, 3,322 hours on it, went for $197,000. Now folks, that's the fourth highest auction price ever on a John Deere 8430 tractor. Of course, pre-tier 4, pre-def, you know what a lot of people are looking for. And again, fourth highest auction price ever, but the second highest in the past month, because just back on November 20th on an online farm auction in Carlisle, Indiana by a great team at Jeff Boston Auction Service, this 2007 8430 with only 1,501 hours on it actually went for $221,000, highest auction price ever. Now let's get back to the 8430 that sold December 15th, Williamsburg, Iowa for $197,000. Now, if you use the filters at our machinerypete.com auction pricing, which is all free by the way, you would see that $197,000 is actually the highest auction price ever on an 8430 with over 3,000 hours. And again, it had 3,322 hours, went for $197,000. Now, interestingly, the previous high was from just 12 days earlier, December 3rd, another online farm auction in Iowa that Sullivan Auctioneers had in Manchester, Iowa, for an 8430 that brought $170,000. So December 15th, it went $27,000 over. And if we take out those two with over 3,000 hours just sold in December by Sullivan, the previous high on an 8430 with over 3,000 hours was December of 12, and it was only $151,000. So folks, you can see these breathtaking highs being put in on good condition used tractors here late in 2021. Welcome back to Tractor Tales, folks. This week we're off to Northeast Illinois to check out a classic Farmall. Alan Kleinert is the proud owner of this Farmall M. His father purchased it brand new in 1951, and he's worked hard to get it shining like new.
Well, this is my M. My dad bought it brand new in 1951. I did the 350 first, and I was in the local restaurant with my brother, and I said, boy, Darryl, I'd sure like to find my dad's M he bought new. And he said, well, you dummy, it's in our cousin's shed. It's been there 20 years or so. So I hustled over and got him, and he gave me the M, and I got a lot of work in this one. She was really bad. The motor was froze up. Everything was just, there was no oil. It was close to tar dripping out of the rear end. I redid everything, took her down to bare metal, sandblasted her and cleaned her up. I'm very proud of it. It's a Kleinert tractor, and it can't ever be sold. It's got to go to either my sons or my nephews or my cousins. Somebody's got to own this tractor. We hope they never sell it on us. I enjoy it. I take it on tractor pulls. I got fourth last week with it at the local county fair. Oh, they didn't believe I could do that good at work. I did have a guy paint the hood and the fuel tank, but I did everything else again. I don't know if I can get that nice of a paint job on it, but that was our main tractor back then. We had a corn picker hung on it, a 3-bottom plow, did the planting, did the disking and field cultivating. The little WD did the planting. And that, yeah, she did all the cultivating, did everything. I mean, she was our big main tractor, and I was very happy with her. A lot of money later, she's mine. But I'm very proud to sit on the seat and drive it.
Hey, stay tuned, folks. Coming up, our feature item on the show. You just don't see tractors like this. An open station 4040, 79 model, and this thing, original hours, 2,547. Visit your Drago dealer and see how you can justify owning a Drago on ROI alone. Well, folks, one of the hottest tractor models I've seen the last year or so, right here, John Deere 4040. In fact, 1 week ago today, on an auction back home by me in Kenyon, Minnesota, we saw a 78 model that had just under 3,500 hours on it, so for $36,500, fourth highest auction price ever. But today, the feature item on our show is a 79 model open station, 2,547 original hours on it. Man, this is a cool rig.
Yeah, it's nice. I like that tractor. Yep.
But yeah, these open stations, I mean, they've become such a hot item. Did you use it much on the farm here?
We pulled the stack wagon with it because it was open. It was easy to get on and off with.
Okay, did you get some looks, people, when they would see you out?
Yeah, I mean, everybody likes a 40-40. It seems, you know, everybody likes a 40-40, and it's unusual. You know, I don't know how many people realize that the open station are rare, but they are, you know, and you find some 4-post and you'd find some cab tractors, but the open station's a little rare.
Hit 32.5 now, 35, 37.5, hit $35,000, 37.5, hit $35,000, 37.5, 37.5, 37.5, 37.5, $35,000, 37.5, hit $35,000, 37.5, $35,000, 37.5. Opportunities are knocking, boys. Open the door. 36, 37, 37. 37, 37, hit 36, 37, hit $36,000, 37, now 8, 37, now 8, hit $37,000, $38,000, $38,000, 38, 39, hit 38, now 9, internet's on, 38, 39, DJ absentee bidders out, 38, now 9, 38, 39, hit $38,000, 39, hit $38,000, $39,000, 39, I think 38.5, 38.5, hit 38.5, hit 38.5, 39, 39, 38.5, 9, now 5, 39.5, 39.5, hit $39,000, 39.5, 39.5, hit 39.5, now 40, now 40, hit 39.5, 40, hit 39.5, now 40, 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 $40,000, $40,000, I'd have bet on you, New York, now half, 40,005, does anybody else want to play 40,500? Hammers high, boys, 40,005. Sold it, $40,000, 20,000, boys, he's going to Hamburg, New York.
Well, folks, that was some pretty good bidding there on our feature item on the show today, this 1979 John Deere 4040 open station. And wow, low hours, 2,547 original hours. Sells for $40,000. That's only the third 4040 I've ever seen hit 40K. Well, folks, if you've been watching our show for many years, you've maybe noticed of late that my hair is a little bit longer. Now, I swear to you, this is not any type of midlife crisis. If you know me, you know that organization, let's just say, isn't my forte. And I just haven't got a haircut for a while. But it's to the point where Mrs. Pete is starting to get on my case a little bit. She hit me recently, and one morning I got up and she said, "You look like Doc from those Back to the Future movies." So that was a big ouch. But even our producer of our Machinery Pete TV show, Don Green, who's brilliant, by the way, makes me a little bit less like an idiot than I really am on the show each week, so thank you, Don. But he sent me an email and he said, "Pete, you know, if your hair gets any longer, you're going to have to join a band." Now, Don had some suggested band names, which I thought were pretty innovative. How about Rage Against the Machinery? Very good. Or RPM, a nice take on REM. Also Fleetwood Pete, which I think some people wanted to flip and maybe go with Petewood Mac. Take your pick. But then Don and his brilliance came up with the winning suggestion in my book, Pre-Def Leopard. I mean, how good is that? Now, we had a little fun and we went out to our Machinery Pete Facebook and Twitter audiences and asked them, "Hey, you got any band names for Machinery Pete with my long hair here?" And boy, we got some beauties. Earth, Wind, and Pete, Peterson Turner Overdrive, shortened to PTO, which I think that is brilliant. Greg Zeppelin, not sure how to feel about that, I guess. Peter, Paul, and Mary, or if you prefer, Peter, Paul, and Harry. Also, Pete Floyd, kind of has a nice ring to it. Or from my good friend Todd Thompson down in Green, Iowa, he said, "How about Run DM Pete?" Now, I got out of college in the late 80s, so I kind of like a lot of these 80s band names. A couple of other of my favorites were REO Pete Wagon, New Pete on the Block, or Pete and the Mechanics. Now, I think we would have to change that term. It's technically incorrect these days, so we'd have to go with Pete and the Technicians. But thank you, folks, for all your band name suggestions. And now I'm even getting people egging me on, say, "Pete, let it grow." So will I cut it? You'll just have to stay tuned to find out. Machinery Pete thanks these premier sponsors for their support. Sullivan Auctioneers. Let our team of professionals show you how to make your auction a success. Visit sullivanauctioneers.com. A&I Products is a lower-cost, quality replacement part solution for all types and ages of ag equipment across all brands. Visit aiproducts.com.